Hey, what's happening everyone, FM Journeyman here, and welcome to another Foot Manager 2017 experiment. Today we're going to take a look at Alexandre Lacazette's £52 million move from Lyon to Arsenal. Hey everyone, once again welcome back, and today we're going to take a look at Alexandre Lacazette's £52 million move to Arsenal. Obviously it's dominated headlines the last couple of days, and I'm very interested to see how well he's going to fit in with the current Arsenal squad and how well he's going to do for Arsenal. Obviously they have been lacking a really good, solid striker for the last couple of seasons. Obviously they've had Giroud and they tried Sanchez up there, Walcott, but they really lack an out-and-out striker, and I think that's something that Alexandre Lacazette can bring to the team. If you take a look at his original attributes, he's very, very well-rounded, very direct player. He's only 5'9", so he's on the slighter side, only 160 pounds, so I'll have to see how well he adapts to the physical nature of the Premier League. But as you can see, he's pacey, he's strong, he's got excellent dribbling skills, finishing's excellent too, good passing, good technique. He's a very well-rounded player, definitely someone that's going to fit the Arsenal mentality. Now obviously if you look at the Arsenal squad itself, as you take a look here, awesome. So this is how they look right now. Obviously Oliver Giroud is currently he's going to be his main competition, obviously alongside Danny Welbeck and Alexis Sanchez as well. But I think Arsenal usually have a one forward system, so it'll be interesting to see how well he competes for that starting role instead of like Giroud or Sanchez or Walcott, as I previously mentioned. But anyway, the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to skip to the end of the first season, take a look at his attributes, take a look at some of the stats, see how well he's played, see how well the team has played, see if they've adapted kind of the way he plays, because he obviously can play out wide as well, so no doubt he's going to have a few games out there. But yeah, it should be interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing how well Arsenal do and how well Lacazette does. So let's go ahead and skip to the end of the first season. Okay, so here we are at the end of the 2017-2018 season. Take a look at how Alexandre Lacazette got on. So let's take a look at the season stats in Europe. The Europa League, he had 7 starts, 2 off the bench, with 5 goals and 1 assist, with an average rating of 7.25. Not too bad. Not too bad a return. And the Premier League, 17 starts, 6 off the bench, 5 goals, 3 assists, and an average rating of 6.91. So not a very good return for the Premier League. He could have done a lot better there. FA Cup, only 1 goal, no goals in the EFL Cup, and didn't score for France by the look of it either. So not a really good return, to be honest with you. £52 million, you expect a lot more from that. I'm going to see if he was behind anyone in the pecking order. By the look of things, sorry, what am I doing here? Senior squad, there you go. Giroud had most of the starts, with Sanchez and Ozil obviously playing the majority of games. Mesut Ozil started 58 games, got 27 assists, so he had a pretty amazing season. Yeah, that's pretty phenomenal. You can't get much better than that. But apart from that, he looks like he was primarily the first option off the bench, or at least the main striker behind Olivier Giroud. So again, a little bit surprising. I expected Lacazette to start over Giroud, but obviously in Arsene Wenger in the game decided that Giroud will be a better option going forward. Let's take a look at Arsenal's performance though. They actually won the Premier League. They won it by a single point, and they won it obviously on the last day of the season, beating Swansea 2-1. Let's see how else they got. So well they did. It looks like they won the Europa League as well, and they beat Villarreal 2-1. Goals from Sanchez and Oxlade-Chamberlain, who might be off to maybe Liverpool or Chelsea or another team, and that's been rumoured. And apparently they won a treble. What was the other competition they won? Let me see if I can find it again. The EFL Cup. They won the EFL Cup. They beat Tottenham 3-0 in the final. Goals from Sanchez, Ozil, and Eddie Nketiah, I think that's how you pronounce it. Young striker. Looks promising. But yeah, they beat Tottenham 3-0 comfortably in the final. So what we'll do with this experiment, obviously Lacazette didn't really have a wonderful first season at Arsenal. I expected a lot more from him. If you take a look at his attributes, I'm not really seeing too many noticeable changes. I think his concentration's gone down a little bit, and so has his work rate. Don't quote me on that, but I think they've gone down. But we'll have to see how he progresses. He's only 25 years old, so he's at least 4 years away from kind of reaching his absolute prime as a Football Manager striker. So we'll have to see. His value went up though to 51 million because at the start of the save he was at 39 million. So his value went up. Looks like they scored 1 goal for France, so wrong there. Anyway, so we'll have to skip forward 1 more season and let's see how well, see if we can break into the Arsenal team. Let's see if we could start playing a lot more for them. Okay, everyone, so here we are at the end of Season 2 for Lacazette. Let's take a look at the season statistics. Now, as you can see, his Premier League goals went up. Went to 15 now, starting with 18 starts with 7 off the bench. 2 assists to his name, average rating of 7.30, so that's much better for the French striker. Now let's take a look at the other ones. Champions League, 2 goals, 1 goal in the Checkatrade Trophy, and then 1 goal in the European qualifying section for France. Let's see how compared to last season. As you can see, he only scored 11 goals in 26 starts and 10 off the bench, and compared to this season where he had 18. So things are going in a very positive direction for him. Let's take a look at Arsenal's squad. Now, Arsenal did win the Premier League once again. They only lost 5 games all season and racked up 91 points, 6 clear off second place Manchester United. Take a look at the first team squad. Obviously, Giroud was still the #1 striker, which is a little bit surprising. He notched up 17 goals again this season. Good return for him with 7 assists. Danny Welbeck also played a little bit more of a prominent role. 21 starts, 15 goals for him. And then that's pretty much it. Ozil, another fantastic season, 33 assists with an average rating of 8.11. So he had obviously one hell of a season again. So let's see how Arsenal did. Obviously, they won the Premier League. We've discussed that already. Let's see how well they did in the Champions League. And it looks like they won the Champions League. They beat Real Madrid 1-0 with a goal from Danny Welbeck in the 81st minute. Their only shot on target. So that was obviously very pleasing for Arsenal fans. Second year in a row they've won multiple trophies after a barren spell. And it looks like that was probably it. Maybe? Let me see. They lost in the 6th round to Stoke. And in the EFL Cup, they were knocked out against Chelsea. So, yep, all right. So there you have it. That is the end of the second season for Alexandre Lacazette of Arsenal. So we're going to do one more season. It'll be the final season in this experiment to see if we can grow even further. His value went up by about £1 million. I'm expecting he's going to play a bit more prominent role next season round, just because obviously his role has been increasing so far over the last 2 seasons. So, you know what? We'll skip forward one more season and let's see how well he does. Okay, so here we are in the last season for this experiment. Let's take a look at his season stats. So as you can see, he regressed a little bit. He only scored 7 goals a season in the Premier League and only made 17 starts, 8 off the bench with an average rating of 7.13. That's not really a good return. Did he have any injuries? He looks like he had a few, but only minor injuries, bruised thigh out for 3 days and a concussion for 5 days. So not really any major impact injuries. Let's see if Arsenal signed anyone. Maybe they signed a couple of players that took his minutes away from him. Not particularly. It's still Giroud leading the line with Sanchez and Ozil. No major signings apart from that. So disappointing return. Only 9 goals this season for him with an average rating of 7.05. Take a look at his attributes. It looks like they pretty much stayed the same. Haven't really regressed. Hasn't really progressed. He's kind of like leveled out in the Football Manager world. And, I mean, it's a little bit disappointing. I expected a bit more from him. In the French squad, he's only got 3 goals and 16. Looks like he hasn't played too many games for France either. But overall, it looks like a pretty disappointing signing. This is a little career history of Arsenal so far in this save. Obviously, these are the league games, and obviously the second season went really well for him, but the third season, not so much. Let's take a look at how Arsenal did, though. They looks like they won the Premier League again. 12 points clear Man United this time, only losing 2 games against Man United and then 1 against Everton. Domestic competitions, I don't think they did all that well either. Looks like they were knocked out of the FA Cup. Lost 2-1 to Chelsea. They did win the Club World Championship, though. They beat Santos 2-1 with goals from Sanchez and Ozil. And then in the EFL Cup, I don't think they won. Yep, they lost 4-0 against Manchester United there. Champions League, let's see how well they did. They actually beat Barcelona in the final now, so they've won the competition now 2 years in a row. Goals from Giroud and Ozil. Also a very comfortable victory as well. Messi looks like he's moved on from Barcelona unless he's injured. Anyway, that's another story for another video. But there you go. There you have it. So kind of summary from this experiment. I mean, like I said, he's a good player. If you look at his attributes, are very, very well rounded. It just looks like Giroud is just such a beast in Football Manager. It's really hard for him to try and take the place of Giroud, but never mind. He looks like he's going to be a good signing. In real life, I actually think he's going to be a fantastic signing for Arsenal. I think he's going to score a lot of goals, and I think he's going to start the majority of the games, and I think he's going to make a huge impact. It's been a few years since Arsenal had a real out-and-out striker that can make an impact. So it's really good for them. I think they're going to be real competition, tough at the top of the table this year, and I think Lacazette will definitely help them in their quest to win the title. So I'll be interested to see what you guys think. Please put in the comments below if you think he's going to be a good signing. Do you think it's too much money? How do you think he's going to look like in Football Manager 2018? Do you think he's going to be a beast, or do you think he's going to be slightly disappointing like in this experiment? I'll be interested to see your comments. But thank you guys so much for watching the video. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you did, remember to hit the like button. If you want to see more videos by me in the future, hit that subscribe button. And my goal is to hit 100 subscribers by the end of the summer. If you guys can help me do that, it'll be greatly appreciated. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye, everyone.